Hey everyone, it's Katina Games and I hope your day has been going amazing. Today we are building a house that's perfect for spring as a cute cottage for a single mama and her little toddler. This home is sort of a starter home size but has a very old and cottagey interior with a lot of warm tones to create a very comforting and safe space. If you've seen my previous builds in the past, I usually stick to neutral colors and the color blue. Today we are using warmer tones with plenty of green, so if green is your favorite color, this is the perfect build for you. So before I continue, if you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more builds. Also leave a comment on any future builds that may interest you. And who knows, I might even build it. Now, this home kind of came in inspiration due to the springtime. Flowers that are blooming outside of my apartment, and I'm doing a lot of home gardening myself. Well, apartment gardening. And I've been really itching and wanting to build another cottage style home and really go with a landscape that's very full and luscious. I also really wanted to use color but not be overwhelming with it. A lot of the gardening that you will see actually came from the Romantic Garden Stuff Pack, where that one pack actually allowed me to really experiment and create a really pretty landscape that really circles the whole home. Oh, and I also used the new kit that was just released called Greenhouse Haven. And I honestly feel like I've been waiting for a stuff pack or a kit like this for so long. It's super useful and I'm so excited to show you all what it's like to use it in this build. So of course I had to make this single mom a florist with her very own greenhouse outside. That way she can stock up and be super crafty with her bouquet of flowers that she'll be selling in her store. Which, if you are interested, I've been considering to create a florist shop just for her. I've actually never built a commercial style building before, and since we received this new kit, it had me kind of inspired to create one. I also have some cast videos that will be coming your way. I'm just in the process of editing them. I'm just making sure all the links are going correctly with each item. That way everything's an easy download. So I do have some extra content coming you all way. I'm just trying to make sure it's very good quality before I release it. Anyway, back on this home. This home has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a tiny functional laundry room, and a greenhouse. So as a heads up, you may have noticed the blue and white cute door that I used at the start for the front side of the home. At the time, I chose it because, it's super cute. But I did not realize until much later as I was building into the living room that the blue trim is also there. Sometimes I wish we had a feature where we can just paint the exterior of a door and then the interior we can also choose. Like in The Sims 3, I remember having like 3 or 4 swatches and you were able to choose the front side and the back side of the door, and it could be 2 different colors. That way it doesn't disrupt your design flow. Although, realizing that part stinks, I still believe the Strangerville door is super cute to use for home builds. But other than that, I feel like the exterior of this house turned out better than expected. Like, I'm self-teaching myself a lot about landscaping and floral design, that way it kind of draws your attention to the home. For this landscape, I stuck with a pink and white theme with hints of baby blue or some softness. Again, I want this landscape to feel full and vibrant for spring. As for the greenhouse that you'll see me working on, it's honestly probably my favorite greenhouse I've built in a long time, where I might even make an additional one, but I'll probably share it in my shorts. That way it can be downloaded without being attached to an actual home. So it may kind of look disorganized when you first see it just because I was picking out all the brand new items from the new kit, but I wanted to see if I could use all the items to give you all an actual idea of whether this kit is worth buying. Then you'll see me add like a tiny seating area for your Sims to sit down and maybe have some morning coffee with family. Like, I can imagine the mom sitting down talking to her mom as she talks to her about opening up her new florist shop or just some girl talk. So this greenhouse is mainly using the new kit called Greenhouse Haven. And I would have to say my favorite items that were added would have to be the cute baby starter plants and the garden pail fertilizer mix. Those additional little extra details that give a very realistic greenhouse is awesome. But my only wish is that I've noticed how detailed and great these kit items are coming out as of recently. I just hope they continue with this theme and style into future game packs and expansion packs. I feel like the Sim team may be actually listening to what people are wanting and are actually putting in the details. Or it could be competition. If you know, you know. Plus, I would love more functional items that we could receive in these kits in the future. When I think of functional items, I'm thinking like sprinklers, watering cans could be an awesome addition for this kit. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And with that, you'll see me kind of finishing up the exterior by filling in the gaps, and I added some extra floral around the floral jungle gym, which also came from the romantic garden stuff pack. I just rarely use this item because it always kind of feel out of place for normal builds, but for this specific build, because it's so cottagey, I thought it'd be super cute to add in. Okay, we are moving on into the interior. Of course, we are starting with the kitchen, and I went with these counters that came from the Country Kitchen kit. Have y'all noticed I've been using a lot of kit release items? That's how you know the items are actually pretty good. Really make these builds look amazing long term. Anywho, I went with this green rustic swatch to continue with the cottagey type of home. When I think of cottage homes, I think of rich, warm tones, rustic theme items, and florals. The only thing I wish we had in our game though is a bit more consistency with our brown and tan swatches. Sometimes I just wish they use like a category of series of colors where they have to pick from the selection. That way all of our items can be consistent across the board. Although there are neutral tones, there are cool tones, and of course warm tones. So I guess they really can't do that. Or they could. I just would love for all of our items across all expansion packs, game packs, and so on just to flow seamlessly together in color ranges. Also, if you are curious, I am using a reshade which gives this very dreamy look, which I never knew that was a thing until a couple months ago. So there are times when I'm turning on and off the reshade just to make sure the colors work well together. That way I can post this build on the gallery. And also, this build can be downloaded from the gallery under Katina Games. So this kitchen, I wanted a very rustic feel with a more old-fashioned theme where I didn't even add an island. Well, I sort of used a rustic style table as an island, it's just not usable. But I thought it'd be a cute idea to add into this build to continue with a very lived-in feel. Plus I had a limited amount of space, so I didn't want to create a dining table and then have like a bunch of space with nothing to do with it. It's been a minute since I've actually done smaller homes and I forget how cozy and cute you can make them. I love all the rustic details where I can really imagine the mom fixing dinner for her little one and her. A lot of these items that you see here came from the Cottage Living expansion pack because it fits the color scheme and the theme for this build. Next, we are moving on over to the living room. I carried over the rustic and green theme from the kitchen to the living room. I chose this gorgeous fireplace that came from, of course, Cottage Living. A majority of the items, like the couch and the end tables, also came from Cottage Living. I really love how the color scheme of this room played out so well. Although I do end up changing the color of the end table and the longer end table that I used for this area. Well, for this room, I originally went with the lighter theme just because I figured, oh, let's lighten up the room by using these swatches, but then I switched over to a very honeywood color tone swatch, and I really feel like it works a lot better for the whole space. Plus, I feel like it really carried the warm theme across the whole room and allowed the accent chairs to stand out. Oh, and I also added a pet to this home. We're going with a golden retriever for this family just because I feel like that dog breed will be perfectly fitting in this cottage home. I can already see a golden pup walking happily throughout the home, looking for a family member to play fetch with him. So this is the master bedroom where I continued the color theme from the living room. I chose this cute yellow bed with these soft looking curtains. I believe these curtains came from the Cats and Dog expansion pack. They're honestly one of my very favorite curtains just because they fit so well for any window size and there's a lot of color swatches to choose from. I also love how these curtains have this nice golden trim that goes well with the yellow colored bed. Since the wall has all the patterns going on, I kept the room pretty simple. I didn't want to add any more patterns because I feel like it would be too busy where the additional pattern could conflict with each other. I also love this very cute vanity where the sim can do her makeup or style her hair. And of course I had to add like a little desk area that way she can track her business from home when she's too busy to go to the florist shop. Which, if you do work, are you the person that works from home or do you have to drive to work? Just out of curiosity, let me know in the comment below. I'm unfortunately one of the people who has to go to work. But maybe one day I can get a work from home job. And with that, next we are moving on over to the toddler bedroom. I was going to make this room an infant bedroom, but I feel like I might be doing too many of them as of recently. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm super excited for infants, but I don't want to get to the point where I just don't want to deal with them. So I create infant bedrooms in small doses these days. So to continue with this toddler bedroom, I love using this wallpaper for kids just because the cute little rabbit designs. I love adding cute little seating areas for toddlers just because I feel like this toddler has an early interest in reading. And I really love the cub bear little chair that we have to continue with a very animal themed toddler bedroom. What I love most about this room is just how cozy and soothing it feels. I feel like it will be perfect for a child growing up. Over to the laundry area. It's super cramped, but I made it small enough to be functional for this tiny area. I really love the stacked washer and dryer to make this space super easy to use and super functional. I also carried the color theme from the kitchen with the counters, that way everything stayed consistent. Now I'm going to be working on the bathrooms, starting with the main bathroom that will be used for the little toddler and for anyone else throughout the home. I continue with the cottagey rustic feel for the bathroom with the tiling and the flooring, but I had to use the tub and shower combo for this area to save space, and I just love this setup. Like, if the sim team could hear me, I really want more shower combos just like this one. I would love to have more swatches just with different wall tiling. Like, just give me the variety. I love variety and more options. So as long as this item is in this game, it will always be used. And finally, the master's bathroom. I also carried the same color theme from the first bathroom to the master's. I added more detail items that came from the bathroom clutter kit. Now that I think about it, we've been really receiving a lot of clutter items with a theme for the last 3 or 4 kits, which makes me think the sim team knows what they're making now. Like, they know where their money is. Like, we all like cluttering just because it gives a more realistic gameplay or just a more realistic viewing for each home. Like, the items are not even functional, but we love them as is, which is kind of worrisome now that I think about it. Like, yeah, it's great to have items that we'll always use, that way we're getting our money worth. But at the same time, I kind of want some more functional items in my game, because it technically is a game, and we should technically be embracing gameplay. Some food for thought. Like, don't get me wrong, I still truly enjoy these little clutter pieces that we've been kind of receiving, but those $5 do start adding up. Like, I do have my own personal limits. I have not bought basement treasures, first fits, little campers, moonlight chic, and so forth, just because I don't think it would fit my specific gameplay. I'm intrigued by them, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think it would fit my gameplay. Like, if they go on sale, I might consider buying them, but overall, I'm in no rush to buy them. Plus, I try to focus on quality over quantity when buying sim game packs. But yeah, with this is the end of the build, and you will be seeing the screenshots of this home and locations with the final end results. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and this build can be downloaded from the gallery under Katina Games. So with that, I hope you all have a fantastic, positive day, and until next time, bye everyone!